how I fell out with my group of best friends, got scammed out of €208 and a holiday. So I know these girls. We used to go to a certain place every single summer for like 10 years. You'd go down for the summer and like there's mobile homes, there's a beach, you get the gist. So yeah, friends for about 10 years, such good memories, had so many good summers together and never thought anything would ever go drastically wrong. But I always kind of felt a tiny bit left out with these girls. They always showed more interest like in each other, and like say if I'd send something into the group chat, they'd often leave me open, or like I could say like I'm after winning the lotto and they'd be like left open. And then one of them could be like, oh, I'm after getting a new tracksuit, and it'd be like, oh my god, show me the tracksuit, like you're a queen, like stuff like that. So I did bring that to their attention about a year and a half before this fiasco. I just said, look, I just feel like you don't really care about me that much and I feel a bit left out. And they kind of were like, that's not the case at all, you're completely making that up, that's not true. So we ended up not talking then, but I think we didn't talk for around a year. At C sessions we might have like rekindled the friendship, I'm not too sure, but we definitely rekindled it anyways. So fast forward to summer 2021, the girls were like, oh my god, let's book a girls holiday. And I'd never been on a girls holiday before. I was like, you know what, let's do it, like no harm. But we decided we'd go to Marbella because one of the girls has a house in Marbella, which meant we'd get free accommodation. The only problem was the dates that they wanted to go, I wasn't off work, but of course I decided I'm going to try and suit them because we were staying in some girl's house. I couldn't really like pick the dates that suited me, so I was going to try my best to get my holidays and work swapped. So I went into my manager at the time, sorry if you're watching this, lol, and gave this big sob story, which was a lie, about how my dad was turning 50, my mom was after booking a surprise holiday, is there any way I could swap my holidays? And usually it wouldn't be like the end of the world.
Oh my god, this just sounds really hectic and horrific for this poor woman. You know, like being friends in a group of girls is already quite busy and no girl should feel left out. And I think with social media as well, half the time you don't really know what someone means. So when they open up a message, it doesn't really mean anything on their behalf, like the person who's opened message, because it's like, oh, you know, like there's nothing to reply back to it. But when you're the person on the other side of the phone feeling quite insecure or like feeling left out and stuff, that can have an effect on. So you know, there's always like a bit of drama in that situation, especially social media. So this poor woman, she, you know, she had that happen to her and then she's trying to make friends with them again, and it just looks like it's going to go horrifically wrong.
But it just so happened that week that there was a load of people off and people that would usually do the same job that I did, so it really didn't suit. But she said she'd try it and sort it for me. So I told the girls, happy days, got one of them to book it, because bear in mind I'd never been on a holiday before without my mom and dad, so I wasn't very used to this kind of thing. So I sent the €208 to one of the girls who I will not be giving names, but this one, fair play to you now, I consider her the ringleader of the group, so sent it to her and she booked my flights for me, which was my first big mistake. So my hashtag boyfriend at the time, he said, right, I'll go away as well because at least we'll both be away at the same time. So he ended up booking to go to Valencia, which bear in mind is 6 hours away from Marbella. And I told the girls he was going and they literally were like, well, this is meant to be a girls' holiday, like why are you inviting your boyfriend? And I was like, whoa, this chap's gonna be in Valencia, this is 6 hours away from us. LOL, I actually just found the screenshot on my camera roll. You can see the date, 24th of June 2021, of me proving to them how far away he was actually going to be.
I really don't understand personally why they had such an issue with her saying, oh, my boyfriend's 6 hours away. Like, it's the same thing as living in the same country. He's not going to be near me, why would I go near where he is? God, they seem really toxic girls by the sounds of it. But I have a feeling, I just feel like they're going to like, there's no holiday, this is all a scam. And they've taken her €208.
A couple of weeks passes and the ringleader of the group texts into our group chat to say that she invited her boyfriend and a couple of his friends and they had booked it. And we were all texting each other privately, me and the other girls be like, this is a girls' holiday, like there's no way she's after going and doing that. But no, to our surprise, turned out she was deadly serious and these had booked the holiday. Now, one of the lads that she invited, I had actually hashtag kissed in the past, which obviously isn't the end of the world, but like, obviously I was quite respectful to my boyfriend. Well, I wish I could say the same for him with me. And I didn't want to go on a holiday with a fella I'd kissed before, because if that was the other way around, I wouldn't have been too happy with my fella going on a holiday with a girl he kissed before. So it put me in a really awkward position. So the original plan was, right, so the girl that has the house over there, she was over there anyway, but she was going to fly home because she had a weekend away with her other friends and then was going to fly back over with us and all was going to be grand. And she actually decided, you know what, no, it's too nice over here, I'm going to stay over here, you can just meet me over here. And we were like, grand, like it doesn't really change much of the plan anyway, like it's fine. And she was over there with her family, but then she discovers, oh, my family are actually going home, so I'm going to be here on my own for a couple of days. Do you want to come over a couple of days earlier? Basically now they decided they wanted to go over a couple of days earlier and change the dates of the holiday. So look, it wasn't the end of the world, right? We were booked to go from a Wednesday to a Tuesday, but my holidays from work actually started on the Monday. So I was like, grand, we can go 2 days early, go on the Monday, happy days. Oh no, that wasn't good enough for them. They wanted to go even earlier. So they decided they wanted to get the late flight out on the Saturday night, which meant we would have had all day Sunday as well. So technically, waiting for me to get off work would have only been one day. So they wanted to cause this big hullabaloo over one extra day. Like, they would have got the Sunday rather than arriving really early on the Monday. But of course, they were like, no, we're adamant, we're going on Saturday night. You make up your mind about what you're doing. We're just going to go Saturday night. We're changing our flights. Let us know what you want to do and we can change your flights. Because obviously, ringleader had booked them. So I couldn't even make my own decisions here. Like, I had to get her to change my flights if I wanted to go on my own on the Monday. So this was ringleader basically saying, look, I'm going to change our flights tonight. I'll leave yours as it is. And when you make up your mind, we can change yours. But that was never going to be the case.
My friend group is so lovely. So we always like make sure there's one person there for another one. But that's just really horrific. Like, these girls sound vile. It's the fact that they don't even understand that she's trying to get time off work and she had to tell a sub story, which we will be in there. Like retail jobs, but try and get a holiday because it's so hard, especially in like a big store, and they're just so self-centered to not even realise that she's tried her hardest to even get this holiday off because she wants to go away with her friends, and they're too stubborn and selfish to even wait for her. Literally 24 hours, they can even get a flight on the Sunday.
So now I was starting to have doubts because the whole thing with the fella that I'd kissed was going to be there, and then I kind of got the impression they didn't really want me there, and then they were going to go without me and I had to fly on my own, and I was just really stressed out. So I was like, look, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'll let you know in a couple of days, like, you change your flights grand, and then I'll let you know what I want to do with my flights. And they were like, yeah, that's grand. So I rang up Ryanair myself and I told them the situation, and I was like, would I be able to change my flight to go to like London or something, and I'll use it a different time? And they were like, hang on, what was the booking number? And I gave them the booking number, and they were like, those flights were booked in a group, so if they change their flights, that means your flight is also changed. And I was like, sorry? So what actually had happened was they changed my flights to the Saturday night without telling me. And this whole time where they were like, come over on your own, we'll meet you at the airport, we'll change your flight for you when you make up your mind, they had already changed it to the Saturday, which meant I was never going to be able to go. And two, they never told me when my flight was. They lied completely. Lads, it's getting heated. The flight was a goner, like it didn't exist. So I then decided I was going to do a bit of messing with ringleader.
They just literally took her money. They took her money, and do you know what? They probably didn't even have her on the bloody seat. They probably put someone else on there. They took her money, booked a flight, knowing she can't go. They probably used her 203 euros, whatever it was. Nasty, nasty, nasty girls. That's so mean. I can't believe that. I'm like really angry for her. I know this was years ago, but I'm just so angry for her because it's a girls' holiday. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be light. It's supposed to be hilarious that you get together and go in the sun and have a bit of fun. But no, they just bully her and take her money, which is vile.
And she's like, oh no, I can't. Like, if I change yours, I have to change everyone's. And I was like, oh right. So how did you manage in the first place then to change all yours without changing mine? That's when she realised she was caught, and she kind of had to tell me. And she was like, oh no, like I ended up having to change all of them. And I was like, hang on. So you lied to me? You changed my flight without my permission, and you were just going to let me rock up to the airport on Monday with no flight? Like, what was going to happen there? So of course, like a normal person, I thought they were going to be like, we're caught out, let's just send her the money and get rid of her. So I was like, look, now that you have actually officially changed my flight without my permission, and I actually physically can't go on this holiday even if I wanted to, you all need to send me €52 each and we'll call it quits. Oh no. They were fully like, oh no, this is your own fault, like you're crazy, like you could have came if you wanted, like you're a psychopath, like this is all your own fault. And I was like, hang on a minute, people, we're missing the point. You changed my flights and didn't tell me. None of them ever apologised or sent the money or anything like that.
Oh my god, you can just tell they're so nasty. Like the girl who's telling the story time, so she's put, I might get you to change my flights to Liverpool or something later on for January. That person's replied going, I can't change them online. One of us has to get in touch with Ryanair. She's gone, did you not change yours online? It only lets you change all 4 flights, doesn't let you change just one. So how did you all change all 4 without changing mine? I changed yours when you said you weren't coming because I couldn't get through to Ryanair. You were able to change as many times as you want. So you changed my flight to the 30th. So one of them says to her, you just asked us for money because you pulled out of holiday because it didn't go according to plan. That's just life. I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed hearing this story, mate. I didn't pull out of a holiday. It's been obvious since the start. No one gives a where I'm there or not. So why the would I go? Yeah, we actually cancelled your flights for you. Oh, I'll say the girls want you to come. Told you not to come and invited you. Is that what said? You decide not to come because of your own issues, which is not our fault. It is your fault! It's literally not our fault. And you're honestly so mad to be losing another friendship over something so silly. You do you though, see how far it gets you. I don't think I want to be friends with someone who took my money and changed my flight without telling me. We booked around a certain date, it should have been kept like that. Literally sent me a voice message like, yeah, you should come. I think the others would want you to come. Like, I told my mum the whole situation and she said if it was me, she wouldn't expect everyone to wait, to be honest. Because of COVID, it's the only time we have to go abroad in the last 2 years. Like, if you really gave you would have been like, oh, it's not like that, still come and all. When I told you how I felt last week calmly, you were all like, nah, it's not personal, but let us know if you want a refund or a voucher. It is so planned, it is so planned. It's not our fault, it's Ryanair's having such bad customer service. It is your fault! You literally changed the whole flight. Yeah, so I should be down €200. Like, this isn't my fault at all, and it's completely unfair on me, as I tried so hard to get work off and managed to in the end for you guys to change everything last minute. As I've said 100 times, and no one's answering me, why couldn't we have just gone the second, literally 1 day later, to avoid all of this? I need to be reimbursed that €208. As I said, it's not up to me to decide how, as none of this was my doing. It was all 100% yours, all of you. And you don't think that's fair, then I seriously don't know. Fair play. I gave you the account details if you want to try and contact Ryanair yourself. I've tried to contact them every way possible. Oh my god. Ha 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 ha. So she's put, this is a form of fraud. This also proves you all never intended for me to come because you know I can't get tomorrow off, as I'm working, and you all saying you could still come Wednesday, it's your own problem, blah blah blah. No, it's your problem because you changed my flight to a day I cannot go. So can something to be worked out here before this has to get more serious than it actually is? And that one person's gone, I will not be sending you any money.
Let me know below if I was crazy, if they were crazy, if we were both crazy.